Hi. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about this past episode of RuPaul's Drag Race. We are getting close to the finale. This is also like my second time trying to film this video. So yeah, but also if y'all hear noise in the background, please ignore it because I have housemates. So, and I want to film this video. Like, I want to get this video done so that I can do my Housewives review. So yeah, hopefully, what's today, Monday? Hopefully by Wednesday. Okay, so we're coming off the last episode, which is Honey, I Shrunk the Drag Queens and Olivia's elimination. So yeah, basically she got eliminated because the judges were seeing like the same issue with her. I personally feel like the issue is that she has this sweet character, this sweet kind of like ditzy kind of character, and I just feel like the same thing with the roast, like she never brought it. Same thing with the roast, and the same thing also with her branding challenge with the soda. Like she never went 100%. Like I feel like she never had had this character and also have her drag in general kind of like fully realized, because she is a baby drag queen. She's a year. So, and Gottmik was saying like, you know, imagine her in 3 years or whatever, which I agree. Can I just say that Candy's pocket look is fucking cool? Like, am I the only one who likes her pocket look? Like, she don't even like her pocket look. Like, I liked her pocket look. I thought it was funky. I thought it was cool. I thought it was avant-garde. I thought the hair was popping. Like, the hair colors were cool. Like, the way the hair, like, I thought the hair was cool. And I don't know, I personally thought her pocket look was cool, but whatever. So yeah, so they're talking about like how do they, like, you know, they're adding up their wins and stuff like that. Like Simone has 4 wins, Gottmik I believe has 2 wins, Candy has 1 win, and Rose I think has 3 wins. So it's kind of like Simone, Rose, got, you know, Candy, if you want to put it in that order or whatever. So yeah, Simone's kind of like, we don't know what's gonna happen, you know, like, you know, not all, I'm silly, not all of us could go home. That would make sense. She was saying like 2 of us could go home, 1 of us could go home, none of us could go home type shit, which is true. I personally am predicting a top 4. I'm predicting a top 4 at this time, like in that like I was predicting a top 4. So yeah, so we get to the challenge. Oh, I was speeding through this. Ugh, shout out to me. So we get to the challenge, and the challenge is like in most finales they have to do a verse for a RuPaul song. The song is called Lucky, so they each have to do a verse and perform it, and also they have to do an interview with RuPaul called Inside Drag Race, I think, where, you know, they sit down, they talk to Ru, and they're gonna talk to Ru and Michelle about their time on Drag Race, yada yada yada, you know, the interview, blah blah blah. So, and then they mentioned the fucking Tic Tacs, which I personally never fucked with the Tic Tac thing, because, you know, it's like basically promoting eating disorders. Like, that's not cool. I'm sorry to suck the fun, but I don't see any fun in making a joke about y'all eating Tic Tacs for dinner or for food. I don't know. I always thought that shit was weird. So, you know, we're in the workroom. They're all working on their verses, and Gottmik is like, oh my god, I feel so positive. I'm so happy. Like, oh my god, you know, I just want to talk about loving yourself and all this other stuff, which is cute and all, but like Rose, they're kind of like, this is a brag track. Like, you kind of want to, like, you want to brag, you know, it's called Lucky, like you want to be like, you know, kind of like bad bitch, like serving it on this track, you know, it's a brag track, whatever. So I'm just true, but like Gottmik's like, okay, let me reel it back, you know, let me reel it back. So personally, I see Candy like winning this. She was saying that she was worried that she would do bad in this challenge because in the past she has done poorly in those challenges. Personally, I feel like maybe those challenges were poorly judged or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I see Candy slaying this because she has personality. I'm you know, I'm pretty sure she can rap. Like, she's into like rapping and stuff like that. Like, you know, she can perform. Like, I feel like she can perform. She's a fucking great performer. Like, her lip syncs, like, she's a great performer. Like, Candy like serves it. Like, she serves it, you feel me? So I feel like she's gonna do great in this challenge. Honestly, I feel like everyone's gonna do great because it kind of the episode kind of demands for all of them. The episode, Rue, the song, like all that shit kind of demands for them to do well. Although, let's talk about it. Let's not talk about it. I was gonna talk about BB Zahara Benet. I don't want to talk about her, but you know, when they had the you know, when they had the challenge for their season for All Stars 4, and she had to be lifted up by one of the dancers, it was kind of like a little struggle, and I was like, ooh, yikes. I felt like it was kind of a struggle for BB in that. But anyway, I digress. Sorry, I'm getting off topic. Love BB Zahara. She was cool for the season, like whatever. But yeah. So yeah, so we get to their interviews. Gottmik's interview is like cute and funny, just like Gottmik. Like, we love that. So not to speed through it, like Gottmik's interview was cute and it was funny. But I'm also trying to speed through this. And also, I was like, I have thoughts on certain things and then I don't. Like, I only have thoughts on like certain things type shit. Like, there are only certain things that I want to highlight. So yeah. So next is Rose. They talked to Rose about being like a perfect. Also, I did this video already, so I kind of already know what I'm going to talk about. So that's also why I'm flying through this. Cool. So yeah, so they get to Rose. They talk about being a perfectionist. Rue asks like, how have you changed since the competition from being a perfectionist? And Rose was like, what'd she say? I think I've loosened up a little bit. And like, Rue was cracking up and Michelle was cracking up. I don't know if Rose meant that as a joke. I think that she genuinely meant that she has loosened up, but that's funny. And also, I don't know if I see that. Like, I don't know if I see that. So yeah. Her goal is to be on Broadway with her girls, like with her drag house. I believe Jan is a part of her drag house, which is cool. Like, I saw Rose wearing a Jan shirt, and I love that. Like, I love when I see the queens wear like another queen shirt. It's like so cool. You know, supporting other queens. But I think they're in the same house, which will make sense because they're both Broadway queens and, you know, etc., etc. Me personally, like, I have respect for anyone who is in Broadway. I have respect for Broadway queens. You know, I just have respect for anyone who was in Broadway because that does take a certain level of hard work and perfection, and like, you're in front of people. Like, it's kind of like a play, Broadway, etc. Like, you're in front of people, so you can't fuck up. Like, you really can't fuck up. And also, like, Broadway is like it's like, I don't know, I don't want to call it catty, but it's like very competitive. And just, you know, just all the things that come with Broadway. I respect it as an art form, and also I can understand where the pressure of being perfect would come from with being a Broadway queen. Next, okay, so, oh wait, before we go next, that's Destiny's Child thing. No, like, please do not mock Destiny's Child. We don't need that from white people. No, come up with something else. Next, so Candy, they talk about the pocket look and they're dragging it. I didn't understand that. The pocket look is fine, but even Candy said that she didn't like it. Like, she said she didn't feel good in it, which is unfortunate because I personally liked it. It was giving very much like her, it was very much her style in New York queen, like, style, like New York queen avant-garde style. Like, that's what it was giving me. Like, you know, how the avant-garde queens in the New York scene are. You get me? Like, that's what it was giving me. Like, whatever. So yeah, they talk about the pocket look and they're kind of dragging it, and you know, yeah, all this other stuff. Candy calls herself delusional. RuPaul thinks it's hilarious, which is, you know, Candy is just naturally funny. So yeah, she talks about how the things that she is typically picked on for, like her weight, her voice, all those things, have been celebrated in the competition. And Rue is like, exactly. Like, Rue, like, gets, like, her life from it, like, or whatever, because Rue wants to feel like she's doing something. And yes, it's true, it has been celebrated. Like, Candy has been very much celebrated on the show, which is like the only reason I'm watching this season is because of Candy, let's be honest. That's not the only reason I'm watching this season, but she is like, she is you know what I'm saying, she's keeping the season afloat, like, with personality. Between like her and Lala Ree, like, I fucking miss Lala Ree. Like, Lala Ree is getting that congeniality crown. Okay, I see it. Like, if they don't crown her Miss Congeniality, it's robbery. Like, I miss Lala Ree. I was so sad when she got eliminated. But anyway, back to Candy. So yeah, they talk about how the things that she gets made fun of have been celebrated on the show. Yeah, we can say that, but let's be real, it's also been made fun of, and it's also been dragged on the show and outside the show. Like, people talk shit about Candy's weight on the show. It's been a thing because, like, people are fatphobic and they don't have shit else to fucking talk about but somebody's weight. So yeah, and I'm not trying to take away anything positive from her. Like, I'm not trying to take it away from her. I'm just saying, like, Rue getting all excited, like, exactly, it's like, Rue, like, I guess, girl. Whatever, this was Candy season, let's not play. Like, you know, this Candy, like, kind of owned this season as far as personality and entertainment goes. Like, she's like, you know, I don't care, her and Simone are the main characters. Like, let's talk about it. Like, to me they're the main characters. Whatever. So we get to Simone, and again, Rue annoys me. Like, I'm sorry, like, Rue gets on my nerves. I love this show and everything, but let's not pretend like Rue isn't, like, can be a mess or whatever. So so the whole saboteur thing, can I just say I personally am tired of Rue and this saboteur talk. Like, I feel like Rue thinks that, like, you know, that she's fucking Ayanla Oprah Van Zant or some shit. Like, you're inner saboteur. Like, it's whatever, but it was just weird when she was like, cause I wanted to know how far the saboteur goes, or how deep the saboteur is. That's what she said. I want to know how deep the saboteur is. This is like, why are you trying to get inside of me? Like, why are you trying to get inside my head? Why are you trying to, like, do all that? Like, it is so weird. Like, I want to know so that I can, like, be the one to pull it out and to point it out, you know? Like, I feel like it's very that, like, and I get that, but I don't know. Rue and the saboteur speeches, they mean well, but I can tell that, like, she's on like a high horse with that shit. Cause it was another thing she said to Simone in this thing about, like, you can be Simone outside of drag or something like that. She said something like that or before that, and Simone was like, oh my god. And Rue was like, yeah, I just blew your mind, didn't I, with those words of wisdom. It's kind of like, okay, older RuPaul, like, I get it. Okay, so yeah, so they do the choreo with Jamal. Simone is first. It's like this chair choreography type of deal. It's giving sexy. You know, Simone, however, is not giving sexy. Like, I feel like Simone needs to, same thing, kind of like the same thing with Olivia. Like, I feel like Simone does have looks and does have a presence about her. However, I think she needs to go harder with the sex appeal and the allure aspect, and, like, the, you know, because she calls herself the Ebony Enchantress, and you can't be enchanting without being sexy, but I feel like Simone's drag persona does have a bit of sex appeal potential, and I think that she needs to tap into that more, because, like, when she was working the chair, it was given awkward, like, it wasn't sexy, like, and I think she needs to, you know, maybe it's a lack of confidence there or something, but, like, I definitely feel like that she can be more sexy confident and, like, you know, pull out the Ebony Enchantress, you know, persona, you feel me? So yeah, so Gottmik is next. Gottmik fucking loves Jamal because Jamal seems like a good choreographer, however you pronounce it. I say choreographer. Seems like a good choreographer. Definitely knows how to work with people, like, like, he's worked with, like, legends and icons, like, his whole career. But yeah, like, he's good at, like, you know, at this point, it's kind of like, okay, I'm gonna work with you, not work against you, and try to, like, help you out. Gottmik is like, I fucking love you, like, oh my god. So that was cute, like, you know, that was cute. So they, whatever. So Candy Candy got this choreo, in my opinion. I think Candy is good at choreography. Like, I think Candy can dance. I think Candy is getting the choreo down because she dances. She likes to have fun. She's like, you know, also like she's fucking, like, not to say, but like she's black. Like, she has like flavor. Like, she's able to fucking do a two-step, you know, probably more than a two-step. So yeah, I think she got the choreo down. It was cute. Rose, of course. Rose is giving Broadway star, like, you know, giving very much jazz hands. You know, Jamal tries to teach her how to do the Millie Rock, tries to, like, you know, the Millie Rock is like, you know, in the routine, and Rose is giving like the fucking Carlton. Like, it's just, it's giving like Broadway. Like, it's like, no, like, you need to give more, you know. And it's kind of funny because Rose was saying that like she raps, but like, girl, like, hey, you can maybe rhyme some words, but you need to feel the energy. Like, you need to feel the energy of the niggatry, you feel me? Let me stop, I'm sorry, that was ignorant. But I'm just saying, like, it's just funny how she was talking about her rapping and she can't pull a Millie Rock. Like, she was just giving, like, it was hilarious to watch. It was kind of sad, honestly, but but yeah, nonetheless, I predict that they're all gonna do great because, like I said, the episode like kind of demands for them to do great. Like, they're gonna be fine. So they have their mirror combo, and Simone asks about first impressions, and yeah, so Simone tells Rose, like, I'm not gonna lie, when I first met you, I was kind of like, here's another one, a Purdue chicken, as Candy would call them, like a Purdue chicken, unseasoned chicken, like white queen, like giving very much unseasoned chicken. And I thought that shit was so funny, like, was so funny. Candy was like, bland, ain't got no seasoning. And we cut to Simone's, like, confessional or whatever. She's like, I had no salt, no garlic, no, what she say? I had no salt, no pepper, no garlic. I have nothing on her ass. That shit was funny as fuck. Like, Simone be giving like auntie, grandma, like, she be giving auntie, very much auntie and grandma. Like, I love that. Like, that shit was so funny. She's like, she had no salt, no pepper, no garlic, had nothing on her ass. That shit was so funny. So yeah. And Simone was saying that she's glad that she finally got to see Rose because, like she said, she just saw her as another one. And same for me. I'm like, I'm like, who are all these white queens? Like, y'all are all bland and boring. Like fucking Rose and Elliot. I'm like, are y'all like the same person? I'm just kind of like, yeah, that shit was funny. And Simone was like, I don't like uncooked chicken. That shit was like funny. So I appreciated that. Then they talk about Candy's evolution and how, you know, she came in saying that she wanted to fight, you know, kind of like the same thing she said in her interview. Like, she wanted to fight. And also how she's perceived, which I feel has a lot to do with her being fat and black, if I'm being honest. Like, I feel like it has a lot to do with that, and just her being banshee and all that stuff. Like, you know, I feel like people perceive her in a way, you know what I'm saying? I don't appreciate that. And I feel like maybe because people perceive her that way, that, you know, with some people, like, if somebody go perceive you a way, that's how you're gonna be. Like, especially if you're on like defense mode, like, you're gonna like kind of be like that. So it's like, you know. But she was talking about her evolution, how she's actually sweet. I personally never really, I don't know, she never gave me like, I like Candy before Drag Race personally. So there's that. Not to give Candy too much praise though, because okay, so inside the show and stuff like that, for the show, I do like her. But side note, like, I think like it was these pictures on her Instagram that made me uncomfortable because her skin was like very dark in them, and she is not, like, she's not that color. So I feel like ever since I saw that, I'm kind of like, that's giving weird. Like, I don't know. Like, honestly, I don't trust a lot of these drag queens that go on Drag Race. Honestly, like, I don't. Just whatever. But in terms of the show and just like outside of that, I do like Candy, or I want to like Candy type. Like, I do like her, you know what I'm saying, as a queen. However, I do think a discussion needs to be had about like cultural insensitivity, like black fuck it, black insensitivity, because I don't, whatever, black insensitivity and like black fishing and like, you know, you know, wearing these afros and like all this other stuff, and just like all this other shit. Like, I think these things need to be talked about in the drag community, but that's another video. I'm getting off topic. Anyways, so yeah, so Gottmik is saying like, oh my god, like, you know, I've been like a look queen this whole time, but now I've discovered that like I actually want to do comedy, like I'm a comedian. I thought that was like so funny and cute. So so yeah, Simone is talking about in the confessional about how now that she can like love herself, and that shit like had me crying. Like, that shit brought me 2 tears, because I'm just like, oh my god, like she was talking about like I can say that now that I love myself, and I'm just like, oh my god, Simone, that is like so fucking beautiful. Like, that was beautiful. That was a beautiful, like, powerful like moment. Like, she was making me cry. Like, ugh. Anyway, so yeah, I'm predicting a top 4 finale, like, at this moment that I'm watching. Like, I predict the top 4 finale. Okay, now let's get into Lucky. Lucky is of course cute. It's cute. I love the colors. It's a cute song. It's giving like 70s. RuPaul's of course is not in the video, because like, no. So RuPaul's not in the video, but it's like little, you know, she's like in the TV screen, and she's like, you know, doing her little, you know, her little chorus or whatever the fuck. So Lucky is cute. I love the colors. The concept is giving me Fanta. Like, it's giving me don't you wanna Fanta type shit. Like, they're all like, you know, you have yellow, like Gottmik's is blue, Candy's is yellow, Rosé's is of course pink, and Simone's is orange. So yeah, it was giving very much Fanta. I thought it was so cool and cute. Like, it was like a style like of like a 70s like pop song or whatever the fuck. It was cute. Oh my god, so Candy's little whisper was so funny. It was like, top four bitch on the track, about to bring it back. You was better watch your back, or whatever the fuck. I probably butchered that, but she was like, you was better watch your back. That shit was so hot. That shit was hot. I love that. That was cute. Like, the way she like, you was better watch your back. That was hot. Like, that was so yeah. So yeah, it's giving me Fanta. Rosé did great. Gottmik did great. Gottmik's verse was cute. Like, Gottmik is just cute. Like, everything Gottmik does is just cute. Like, Gottmik's cute. So yeah, Rosé did great. Rosé was kind of giving me like Britney a little bit. I don't know. You can drag me for saying that, but Rosé was kind of giving me Britney. Like, the vocals were like on point. Like, the vocals were on point. So Simone kind of had like the breakdown verse. Her verse was cool, but I'm not gonna lie, I do wish that she had delivered some of the words like differently, like kind of enunciated them different so that they really did like rhyme together type shit. But her verse was cool nonetheless. Like, it was cool. I like how it was like a breakdown, and it was like the flow was like kind of like slow, kind of like Simone, like kind of like, not saying Simone, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like slow, like, you know how she kind of like moves very like slow, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's, you know, yeah, you feel me? I'm trying to figure out a better word to say than just slow, but like, she kind of like, she real smooth with it, you feel me? So yeah, that was nice. Honestly though, I'm gonna be real, I don't feel like Simone is that much of a performer for me personally in terms of performance. She does not give me like what I need, like even in terms of like her lip syncs. Like, she don't give me what I need, and I'm gonna get into that more later. But yeah, like in terms of performance, I feel like Simone could be better. So we get to the runway. The runway is drag excellence. Mix is cool. Like, I like the polka dot on the lip, and like the swoop, like, you know, the polka dots were nicely placed. It was whatever. It was cute. It was alright. The hair was a bit, I want to say the hair was questionable, but the closer I looked to it, it was fine. It's just that I be questioning like certain textures of hair on like certain queens, if you get what I'm saying. So Candy's look. Yes, so next is Candy. Candy's look was, I really liked Candy's look. Like, I thought it was interesting. I thought it was like fashion forward, and then like the colors were cool. The see-through, the fabric, like the see-through, textile or whatever, if you want to get like, you know, fancy. The textile or whatever was cool. Like, you know, I love the piping. Like, I had like piping, and it was like, you know, it was like a cool like dress. It was kind of like giving like mod kind of. And then the back had like that lime, I don't know if it was like lime green or like a highlight color yellow or something like that. It was like a nice like neon like yellow situation, like lace detail down the back, and I really like that. In terms of makeup and hair though, I don't know if I would necessarily pick that, but it was okay. Like, it was cool. And then she had like her little purse. Like, it was giving for me. Next is Rosé. Yeah, so Rosé's look I felt could have been better. I don't feel like the dress, the gown fit well. Like, it's that whole thing, like sometimes it's like gowns like that, when you try to make gowns like that, they can like, and just kind of like try to cinch it. Like, I just, like, let's talk about it. Like, you cannot have a gown, you can't have a gown and just feel like you can just put a cincher there and that it'll fix everything. Like, no, like the gown has to be tailored nicely. Like, the gown has to be made nicely. Like, I feel like it was very bulky. I feel like the gown was bulky. I just don't, I feel like the hair could have been like a better I kind of feel like the hair could have been a better color, orange reddish color. I just feel like the look could have been better. However, Rosé's past looks have been like all on point for me. Like, yeah, so yeah, Rosé like slays the runway or whatever, like has solid looks, but this just wasn't. No, it could have been something way cooler than this, than just a plaid gown. Like, oh, I'm Scottish wearing a plaid gown. Like, it was like, it wasn't, it didn't feel inspired. Like, I just wish it was more. Like, I wish it was just something more, a little more conceptual, a little, it don't even gotta be conceptual, but just like even more like fitted better, like, you know, like so yeah, not to drag too much, because you know, she looked cool, she looked good. Like, I love me some plaid, I love me some tartan. Let me stop calling it plaid, let me be proper. I love me some tartan and all that stuff, but I just feel like it could have been executed better. I'm not dragging, I just feel like I kind of am. I just feel like it could have been executed better. I was kind of like a little disappointed. Like, Simone, all I wrote was yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 Simone. Simone, yes, yes, yes. Like, that's all I wrote. Like, come on, like, this didn't come to play. This didn't come to play. Like, the fabric of the gown and the color, I don't know what you call it. I don't know if you call it, like, iridescent or something. I think it's iridescent. But, yeah, it was, like, you know, this iridescent purple like fabric. It was beautiful, and like it had like these big puff sleeves, and then like her arms kind of like came through the sleeves, and you can, you know what I'm saying, like it was just beautiful. Like, the gown was beautiful. Like, it was giving, like, it was just giving just red carpet like excellence. It was just giving like couture, like just, I don't know, like it was just beautiful. Like, it was beautiful. Her shoulders were like, it was like off, like her shoulders were out. Like, it was gorgeous. Like, it was a gorgeous color. It just was beautiful. It was executed beautifully. Then she had the braids. Let's talk about Simone's lace slayage. Okay, like, Simone lays lace. Like she lays lace, like, for real, for real. Like, her wigs and stuff be just like laid, like unclockable. Like, her lace be just so unclockable. So she had like this braided like lace wig. It was flat, okay, it was on flat, okay. And then she had like these little like these like rhinestone like crystal like jewels. Like, it was beautiful. It was like blonde cornrows with like, it was like Simone's drag is, I just love and appreciate it so much, because she definitely is intentional with her drag in terms of bringing black culture and blackness to her drag, but also it's intentional, but also like it's her. Like, it's her. Like, it doesn't feel forced. Like, it's just her because she is black. You know what I'm saying? Like, and wearing like cornrows with a gown is just like, that should just be a thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's not, because of like blah blah blah. But like, that is like, I feel like that shit was just beautiful. Like, I just feel like what Rosé has brought to Drag Race and just has brought to drag is just beautiful. Like, you know, like, I love it. Like, it brings me to tears, like, seriously. So yes, absolutely gorge. So what is next? So, sorry, I was checking my camera. So, they go into like the segment where they like take the queen's like baby pictures and be like, oh, what would you tell, you know, your child self and all this other stuff. I think that was next, right? I don't remember. Let me double check. Maybe I think actually I skipped all that. I think I'm skipping that. Anyway, so whatever. So Rue makes a speech to Gottmik about like, you know, not fitting. Where was I? Okay, so yeah, Rue was going on this speech to Gottmik about like his parents being very like supportive of him and all this other stuff. You know, crying, you know, like crying, like I don't know, like I feel like it would be rude for me to say that RuPaul's emotions were fake. However, if it is rude, I don't know if I really care, because I don't trust RuPaul. You know, I'm not trying to, again, not trying to take away from the moment, but it's just funny. Like, I don't know, like, I just have to laugh at RuPaul. Like, I do not watch this show for RuPaul. Like, I do not watch the show for RuPaul at all. Like, I watch it for the queens only. Like, I could give less of a fuck about fucking RuPaul. So, yeah, I just think it's interesting that RuPaul was talking about, you know, you have parents that accept you, you know, all this other stuff, but I just feel like that's fake, because this whole show has been about excluding people. You feel me? Like, the whole show has been about excluding people. Yes, y'all have Gottmik, you know, trans person, trans man on the show, and, you know, all these, whatever. But for one, look how long it took y'all to do it. For two, regardless, y'all still have all these standards that exclude people. You feel me? Like, y'all still have all this shit that excludes people. You feel me? So it's just like, it's just funny to me that RuPaul is like, you know, tearing up and all this other stuff about all this, I don't know, whatever. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, I don't know, like, I be critical. Like, I'm trying not to be, but shit just be making me laugh. Like, I'm be honest, like, I just be feeling a way about certain shit. Like, I'm just saying. So Carson compliments Candy on her runway look and says that she fell off the horse a few times, mostly with her looks, and I just did not fuck with that at all, because that's a fucking lie. Like, I just feel like Candy serves looks. Like, the monster shit was a no. The monster look was like a no. But, and, yeah, like, that was really it. I was gonna say the book bag look, but that wasn't really, like, bad. Like, I just feel like they say she falls off with the looks, but, like, I disagree. I feel like Candy serves looks. Like, y'all are just fucking racist and fatphobic. Like, let's talk about it. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry, not sorry. Like, Candy serves looks. Like, y'all just don't see it because y'all are, like, annoying. So, yeah, I wrote Liza Minnelli. Liza Minnelli lies. So yeah, okay, y'all just judgmental. Like, I understand y'all are judges, but y'all are too judgmental. Like, there's being a judge and then there's being like judgmental. Okay, so yeah, they talk about Rosé's past looks. Past looks were great. They compliment her on this dress. I think Carson enjoyed like the Scottish tartan gown or whatever. I didn't. So Simone, of course they praise Simone's looks. Like, of course they praise Simone's looks and her growth. Like, of course, like, you have no choice but to praise. Like, you have no choice but to give her flowers. You feel me? So now we find out that this is a fucking 4-way lip sync, but it's individual. They have to lip sync individual, and I think this shit is so ugly. Like, I'm not fucking with this. I don't know why they did this. Why didn't they just have all 4 of them on stage at the same time and lip sync? Like, them lip syncing individually, it just don't work for me, because then they have to edit it and cut it, and then we can't even see how they're performing throughout the whole song. Like, it's just all these cuts and edits in between the 4 queens when y'all could have just had them all lip sync. This is so silly. Or did y'all do this just to fill up time? It feels like y'all just did that just to fill up time. Yeah, I said I don't like this. So yeah, finally we got to see like Gottmik. So I just feel like I was like, oh yeah, finally we get to see Gottmik lip sync, all this other stuff. Personally, what did I write? I feel like Candy did the best. Like Candy did the best in lip. Like Candy always serves lip syncs because she puts so much emotion and passion into her lip syncs. Like that's why her lip syncs slay, because she puts like raw like she really be serving like she serves everything with her lip syncs. Like she serves like facial expression, like to give emotion, and then she also serves like dance moves, you feel me? And for me, that's how you have a successful lip sync, is through emotion and or like energy and dancing and stuff like that. So yeah, for Simone, this is also why I feel like Simone isn't as good of a performer slash lip syncer. I feel like she hides behind her face as opposed to like using it to convey emotion. Like her face is very dynamic, like her face is very captivating. I don't know if dynamic is the word, but her face is very like captivating and alluring, and I feel like she hides behind the Simoneisms in her face. Like she hides behind it as opposed to using it to convey emotion in her lip syncs, and I feel like that makes her lip syncs like one note almost. Like I just don't be getting anything from her in terms of lip syncs, and it's disappointing to me because like I would just feel like as a black queen that she would like serve lip syncs, and just like the type of queen she is, I would hope that she would like do good at lip syncs, but she just don't give it for lip syncs for me personally. Like I wish I could say she does, but like she don't. So yeah, Candy did that. I put Candy did that, Rose second, Simone third, and Gottmik last. Like Gottmik was like giving nothing. Did I say that Gottmik was doing well in the lip sync? I changed my mind, or like I misspoke. Cause I just I misspoke. If I did say that, I don't know. My mind is kind of like, ugh. So yeah, Gottmik last, cause like Gottmik wasn't giving nothing. So yeah, if they choose Mick, I'm like, so this is what I was writing before. Like, if they choose Mick, is rigor mortis, especially because Simone has like the most wins. This is if like they choose Mick to like go forward, or however they're gonna fucking like do this situation. So yeah, Simone has the most wins. Like, I'm just saying. So we discover that this is gonna be a 4-place grand finale, which is what I predicted. I predicted it was gonna be a 4-way grand finale situation. So we're going to get a reunited, and then we're gonna get a crowning or whatever. So yeah, that is it. That was a doozy. Like, between doing Drag Race and Real Housewives of Atlanta, like, that was a doozy. Like, I still have to put out my Real Housewives of Atlanta thoughts, because Drag Race comes on Friday, and Real Housewives of Atlanta, I believe, comes on like Sunday. So like I have to like, you know, I don't want to like fall behind or nothing. So yeah, those are my thoughts on this episode of Drag Race. This was I guess this is technically the finale episode of Drag Race, technically, because it's before the reunion and the crowning. For me, I would consider that the finale episode, or I guess the crowning is technically the finale episode, but you know what I mean. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Yeah, thank you if you're watching this. If you're not, thank you anyways. Peace out. I don't know, whatever, comment. I don't even know who I'm talking to, honestly. Like, I'm just talking to the camera, which is cool because I need to get comfortable doing that. Bye.